Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You like that? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Monday afternoon, Monday morning, Monday evening, however, whenever you found this. I hope you're doing well. I hope over the next hour at some point I can put a smile on your face. If you're a Georgia fan coming to watch this, good on you, man. I've always appreciated fans that watch their team take a loss. And instead of, well, you're going to be mad either way, right? Like, you're going to be pissed off. Jonathan's sitting here today as a Georgia graduate, not looking forward to what's about to happen, but he knows it's good for him. You know it's good for you. That's why you're here. You're here to understand why you're pissed off, why I'm mad. What do I have to blame it on? Where do I need to be looking? So that's what we're here to do today. We're going to go through this, and I'm going to be honest with you. I got about 27 plays prepared for you. After that, we're off script. But those 27 plays, they ain't great, all right? They're not great. There's a lot of things to be cleaned up here. There's a lot of things to address. And some of this stuff is indeed fixable. However, some of this stuff is just, it's not necessarily inexcusable, but it's like unanswerable. Like, some of this stuff you just got beat, right? Sometimes the other guy on the other side of the ball is really, really good. And there's going to be some of that analysis, but there's going to be some of this, hey, we got to be better here, okay? Excited to do this with you. Been a while since we've kind of had a take your medicine film study. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. And if you're an Ole Miss fan here today, welcome to the channel, okay? I'm Brooks Austin, the film guy, director of recruiting for Sports Illustrated. We do a lot of film work around here. We're also live Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We got a saying around here, let's shut up, let's grind the tape. All right, guys, I'm going to start with play 2 of the football game. And ladies and gentlemen, it is like we say, or like I guess some people will call this would be a tone setter, or in the words of one Buford T. Justice, this is an attention getter. You know what I mean? You can think about it, just don't do it. That's what's going on right here, okay? So let's take a look at Walter Nolan right here in the box, okay? Now, this guy's really, really good. He's really, really good, especially when he's slanting and slanting freely, like he is right here on this play, all right? Now, Georgia is a zone and duo football team. Right now, they're running split zone. The first play of the football game, they ran duo, which means all their offensive linemen are on angles, and they're supposed to stay, quote, on their track. All right, let's start talking about tracks after this motion. Okay, here we go. They're on an inside zone track, which means we're up 6 inches with our left foot. Our right foot comes up and over 6 inches as well. We are working on this track, okay, on these tracks all the way through the play. Now, what happens if one of these guys slants and goes into our track like we're about to watch? Watch Walter Nolan. Boom. All right, so we got a slant coming right across our face. All right, and on the other side, we have a slant going across his face. Well, we're supposed to be gaining ground. We're supposed to be getting forward across the line of scrimmage, creating movement. Now, all of a sudden, we're playing a football team that's going to create hesitation with regards to my assignment. So we can't be gaining ground too much, all right? And on the second step, we have to get what we call back vertical into the defensive lineman, okay? So there's 2 people wrong here. Dylan, in my opinion, is a little bit wrong in the sense that we're not getting back vertical enough through this 3 technique that's now slanting away. The other problem is obviously Jared Wilson is way, way, way too high. Way, way, way too high. Great job by Trevor Etienne, at least bouncing, all right, and finding some grass in there in the middle. On to the next play. Actually, yeah, we are watching the next play. All right, we're going straight to the tight. And I don't know if this is on Jared. I don't know if this is on Tate. I don't know how you coach this up this week, so it's going to be really hard for me to coach this up here. But here we go again, all right? So we're all working to the left as an offensive line. We're all working this way. We got double teams up here. And I would assume this double team between these I got a bad habit of doing that. I would assume the double team between those two guys, all right, is working to number 6. I would imagine these two guys are working nose tackle to number 6. These two guys are working 3 tech to backside inside linebacker. We're probably doing something like this on the front side. So let's watch everybody's footwork as they go to come off the line of scrimmage. All right. Dylan Fairchild is now in one-on-one, big on big as we call it. Might get a little bit of help from both sides here as both these guys go to work their angles and work their steps and paths, I should say, up to the second level. Now, this guy, this inside linebacker, and this inside linebacker. Watch what they do, Jonathan, because it's not just stunts on the defensive line that created problems on Saturday. It was the linebackers mixing looks as well. Watch these two linebackers, Jonathan. Watch them mix. Boom. They cross over. All right, now, Jared, we never pass up color, ever. Once we have hands on, against a team that's stunting this much, hands-on is an assumption that we're going to block you through the rest of the play, in my opinion. That's the way I would coach it. Right now, Jared had his eyes on that inside linebacker, but he's trying to come off to the linebacker that's flowing over the top, thinking that Tate's going to take the linebacker that both of them are touching right now. Guess what? They both go on to the next guy, and the down guy, the penetrator, is going through. This is a theme. This could be a theme the rest of the film study on these inside zones. I'm telling you, whether it's a defensive lineman, whether in this case it's a linebacker, there is going to be an assumption that my buddy's got it instead of an assumption that my hands are on, I need to stay on. You got to block the first level first. That's what every coach will tell you everywhere, right? Got to block the penetrator first. I can already tell you my voice is hurting. All right, so it's what I love. Like everybody wants to jump down and shit down the neck of the coordinator. All right, inside zone, clearly through 2 or 3 plays, going to be troublesome, right? That's very obvious. So what are we going to have to do? We're going to get to more gap schemes. We're going to have to get to some down, 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 and around, right? We're going to have to get to some counter eventually, or essentially is what I'm telling you. So here we go. They got counter coming back this way, all right? Almost a version of super counter because we got Cash Jones involved as well. But here's the problem, guys, all right? Even when healthy, this is your starting unit, guys. Your left tackle, I want y'all to watch. He's playing on one leg, literally. I want y'all to watch this left foot. And here's how I know when your ankle's really, really hurting. If we can't flex it, meaning if I can't take my ankle and push off my toe or do any type of flexion in my ankle, if I'm just flat-footed the whole time, I know you're hurting really, really bad because I know you're trying to immobilize that ankle. So watch this left guard. All right, watch his left foot particularly. Jonathan, tell me if you ever see him get up onto his toe. Flat-footed there on that first foot strike. Boom. Flat-footed again on that foot strike. All right. And then watch this next one. This next one's barely in the ground, all right? We're right back out of it and on to the next one. Tate Ratledge is playing really, really banged up right now and playing tough-ass football. So, yes, thank you for being, as the channel and the people watching this will say, a damn good dog. Thank you, all right? But we definitely have to notice it. We definitely have to point it out and tell you, like, obviously, this dude's banged up. And I think Jonathan said before the show, they do pull him pretty quickly. Yeah. Okay. But I like the idea that as a coordinator, we're trying to get to counter pretty quickly right here, and it bounces, all right? But we can't stay on blocks on the second level long enough to get this licked. Also, that's awesome. That's awesome, Ernest Green, that you got a knockdown. That's awesome that you got a knockdown, but had we been able to square that guy up, maybe we can cut back inside on that. I mean, and also, guess who ultimately finishes off the play? The guy that you just threw down on the ground. All right, look, 4 runs back over there. Actually, he don't get back in the play, or 6 rather. But I early in the game, I guess we're trying to set the tone. I'm going to shut up. On to the next one. All right, so you ran counter once, and I think you're coming back to counter right here again. All right, and I want you to watch number 2 right here on this tight right here, Jonathan, and you tell me if this is a smart football player and a gifted football player, because that's what I see. All right, when I watch Walter Nolan, I'm like, damn, God gave you a lot. All right, God gave you a lot, but you're also doing a lot with it. Watch this snap right here from this big fella, okay? He's gonna notice he's getting what we call a down block, all right? Or a lock is what we're calling that from the, oh, hello Kirby on my Instagram. All right, we're gonna lock technique from the left tackle, meaning, all right, wherever he goes, we are locked on with him. So we're gonna base block him, we're gonna down block here. They're trying to pull the backside guard, trying to pull the backside tight end. We're running counter this way. So we got down, 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 and around, right? We got down, 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 and around. That's what we got going on right here from the offense. But watch Walter Nolan and watch his body positioning, okay? He's going to identify what the offense is trying to do to him really, really quickly, okay? He's going to see the base block attempt come off from number 71. Come on, down set hut. All right, boom. Now watch this, Jonathan. Watch him turn his butt back out. And now, what's he doing? Now he's turning, God dang it. Now he's turning everything back inside. All right, now he's turning everything back inside, shoving all these guys here, and now we got to go here as a running back, or we got to bounce around all this trash as a running back, none of which are great, play design for us. Also, on the backside, all right, watch 38 right here as well at the nose tackle position. He does a great job right here, identifying counter and then fighting to get over the top of his guy. Because I think, honestly, like this has got a crease right here. Like we might have a crease right here that ultimately opens up. But 38's defeating blocks so quickly that we can't get into it. Look, 4 finds it. As a running back, by the way, we're taught to follow that last puller who's trying to insert for the front side inside linebacker. So we're supposed to follow him, but we can't because 55's getting beat on the nose. I feel like we went through that one. All right, play 6 right here. Should be a walk-in touchdown, I feel like. I think 73's got really bad eyes right here. I think 73's got really bad eyes. We got 1 for here. All right, we got 1 for here. You're free releasing for the safety. We should be right into this tunnel right here running for a touchdown. All right, watch 73's eyes as he runs out. At first, he's looking out here. Excuse me, I forget I'm not drawing. At first, he's looking out here, and then his eyes are late to his actual man, and his actual man kind of bumps this play inside, all right, allows everybody else to rally to the football. All right, but I do think there are some bad eyes right here. You can really see it from the tight. Now, I understand as an offensive lineman, sometimes we're working bottom up, right? We're working down line or closest threat to immediate threat, all right? But I think our eyes get there a little bit late. That's why we're there late. And we also take a bad angle to it. But good play call. Actually gets you down to the 1, 4th and 2 here, all right? And I think you go truck toss. Actually, I know you go truck toss, all right? And you get in the end zone based off play design alone because Lord knows you didn't win a block out here on the edge. All right, I also love this. I like this, I should say. I don't love this. I don't love the execution of this. I like the play style of this. They went tackle over. They put Big Ernest up there in that pointed position. Now, here's my question to offensive coordinating staff and whoever prepared the unit. Did they practice this with this edge rusher standing over the top of him? You see this guy right here, Centurion Perkins? Did they practice this with assuming that they would line up on the top of him and maybe this linebacker bumped in with a little bit different leverage? Because 71 has no idea how he's going to banana peel out and get number 6 right here, because that's his job, by the way. He's supposed to get inside and get to the front side inside linebacker, this guy right here. Now, the problem is he doesn't touch a soul. He doesn't touch a soul, and he doesn't really look quite prepared to get there. And I don't know how he's supposed to get there. I think, honestly, Ole Miss probably bumped their alignment to this look quite a bit because they should. I would. Jonathan, wouldn't you? If you see trips bunts from Georgia this year, I'm assuming truck toss. And then if they hit me with anything else, I'll take the L, right? If they want to get into this formation and run counter back this way, by God, we're gonna take the L. But what I am going to stop is truck toss this way because that's what they've been doing, all right? Now, that was 7-play drive, all right, off the turnover that covered what, like 19 yards? It wasn't easy, was it? Y'all out here grinding for every single inch of that field right there. 73's taking steps like he's running counter. This is the first of multiple questionable like things from from Xavier Truss, in my opinion. I don't know why we're taking the steps that we are right here at, I believe, tackle. Watch this. A lot of checks at the line of scrimmage, and they get an illegal formation right here. But I don't know what 73's doing. I really don't. I think they're trying to run duo, it looks like to me. Looks like everybody, but again, I don't know what these two guys are doing here. I think this is supposed to be a combo up to 6, and we're supposed to be out this way. But I don't know what 73's doing. I can't for the life of me figure it out. That's a much better job responding to the stunt, though, Jared. Watch the center right here. Okay, now this is a lot easier because he's in your A gap and we're preparing for him. All right, our eyes are in that gap as opposed to him coming from the 3 tech and spiking into our face. We're not necessarily expecting that immediately. But this 2-eye jumping inside, we feel a little bit more comfortable about absorbing that. But I have no idea. I have no idea what this guy's doing over here. I think you're supposed to be comboing up to 6. Or maybe even to 5, because these two guys look like they're going here. These two guys look like they're going here. With a backside, with a backside cutoff from number 7. So I'm very confused. Maybe he thought he was backside, Jonathan. Maybe the check at the line of scrimmage, he thought he got a lucky. But 9-yard gain, or a 8-yard gain that gets called back for an illegal formation. Got to make sure I'm not looking at plays I don't need to be. Oh, this is the viral one, I think. Yeah, this is the one that's been all over Twitter. All right, so it's a very similar play to what happened. Oh no, this is a different one. It's actually a decent job picking up this stunt. This is a good job right here by 53. Okay, watch Dylan Fairchild as Walter Nolan goes across his face. He locks on. One way or the other, make a decision, and make the decision on the down lineman, because at least we'll get 3 or 4 yards out of this. We won't be tackled for -2. Okay, if these linebackers flow free and make these plays, by God, we're going to be okay because we're not taking negatives. But if the down linemen make these plays, we're screwed. So I think this is actually a really good rep right here of responding to the stunts. And again, Dylan, I understand we missed the mic and it's frustrating because, we're a Sunday football player and we expect to get everything done. But at least we took care of these two guys, right? At least these two guys are putting us into the lap of the running back and they're not into the lap of the running back. All right? So let's see how they actually absorb this, right? Watch 55. I bet he doesn't move. I bet he takes ghost steps. Yep. He doesn't move. He just stands right in the A gaps because he doesn't know what's coming. He doesn't know who's going to eventually end up in his play side A gap. So we're going to take almost like spacer steps. We're going to hold into our spot and find out where the pressures are coming from and then respond thusly. So it takes us 3 to block 2, but at least we're not taking negatives as an offense. This is why you got to outside zone them. You got to wide zone them. You got to counter them. You got to end around them. You got to do things that make them run east and west so they can't just go, take one step and get vertical. They can't. Once you start doing that and continue to run the inside zone against them, I mean, that's the best way. I promise you, that's the best way it's going to look on that interior defensive line the rest of the day on inside zone. Because here we go. The next play, you come right back to it, and you don't get it picked up. And this is the viral clip. This is the one everybody's talking about. And I just told you, when this 3 tech comes over here, this is a real problem for this guard or this center. Because this center's taking 6-inch steps, and he thinks he's walking to number 11 the whole way. Watch his eyes. He thinks he's going to 11 the whole way. And then all of a sudden, down set hut, okay? All of a sudden, boom, 3 techniques in our gap. Both of these guys right here are going to assume the other one's going to absorb this block. They are. Number 53 thinks 55's taking it over. All right, and guess what? 69 thinks he's the half man over here on this 2I as well. We've talked about combination blocks all the time on this channel. One guy's the half man, one guy's the full man, meaning he thinks he's playing half of it, and he thinks his tackle's going to come over here and take this guy off. All right, but that's not what happens. It's not what happens at all. Yeah, now, do both of these guys get skinny? You bet your ass. They execute this really, really well, right? Arms up, shoulders turned. We're getting thin, trying to get in between these two offensive linemen without actually giving them a surface to block, all right? But the assumption that my teammate is going to take this block over is what causes this loss right here behind the line of scrimmage. You got to be way, way, way more patient on the down lineman than you are on the second level against teams that are stunting like that. All right, now, what do we check very first and foremost when we watch film, Jonathan? Down distance formation personnel. All right, so it is 3rd and 15, ball on our own 9. All right, so we know the sticks are pretty down the field. We know we're going to have to drive this football. All right, let's check formation. All right, formation, we got 2 by 2. All right, let's check defensive formation. What do we see? We see that the middle of the field is open. That's what we see, right? We see a lot of grass in the middle of the field. Now, conceptually as an offense, I know I've got this post working in the middle of the field. I've got a comeback down here on the bottom. That's the concept to our left. All right, so as the ball snapped on 3rd and 15, I'm going to peek the post. You bet your ass I'm going to peek the post. And if it's open, I'm going to throw it. And the only way I know it's open is I'm going to see what this front side safety on the short side of the field does. If he does anything to show me that he does not have responsibilities for the middle of the field, then I'm going to throw over this guy because it's one-on-one. That's what I'm going to do. So let's watch as this play progresses here on 3rd and 15. Now, all right, so they rush 3. That's first and foremost. 1, 2, 3. He's spying. So I should think I got time. Right? I should think I got time. Now, quarterback is looking over here right now. This safety's working these 3 over these 3, and they've got 4 over our 3 down here on the bottom. All right? So now, I'm still peeking this middle of the field, and his hips are turned. I really like this post, honestly. As the play progresses, he comes over to it. I don't know. I probably would have thrown it. What do you think, Jonathan? You throwing this ball? I probably am too. Let's watch it from his angle. Now, look, it's easy to say this when I'm not the one that's turned the ball over 11 times in the last 6 games. You know, that shit's real sweet, me saying this. All right, because maybe he does. Maybe he sees this, and he thinks that's too dangerous of a throw on 3rd and 15, ball in our own end. We don't want to turn the ball over in our own end. I'm all good with that. I just don't know how I come back to the sideline on 3rd and 15 throwing a ball 10 yards. You know what I mean? I want to be aggressive. Let's watch it from the tight. Actually get a clean pocket here because they rush 3. I mean, he's off of that sucker quick, man. He's looking at Dom right now, immediately off of Dom to Dylan. Nah, you got to throw that ball. You got to throw that ball. That's what we make Lambo money to do, right? All right, just making sure. All right, I looked at this and I was like, damn, hey, run it back to the corner, right? This is what we talked about last week. Get them into this nub set. That's number 1. I was hoping this was number 4, but ultimately it's number 1 over there. But I like the run surface. I really do. But their stunts absolutely screw you up anyways. Okay, let's get the motion. All right, we're trying to run same side, right? Same side zone. So this combination should be working to 11. We're out right here. We should be working these 2 guys up here. We should be one-on-one with this now condensed corner. That's what it looks like pre-snap. All right, so let's take a look at this. I actually run a split zone. I'm an idiot. All right, these combos are going here. These 2 guys are going here.
We're blocking back for number 1, and we should be peeling this back this way. Let's see how it actually works out. Okay, defensive tackle, stunts out. Now you've got to get up here, which makes this angle for this linebacker really, really simple. Okay, watch this. 73 is never blocking 11. Never. It's never happening. Okay, on this angle with the running back working back the other way, okay, you stunting here means I have to now banana peel out and get to your shoulder. And it's just never going to happen. Especially when our back's pushing back the other way. Now, let's watch this combination. Let's see what happens to Walter Nolan on the front side. I bet he's going to cross Dylan Fairchild's face. He does. Okay, 55. How do we absorb this blow? Not all that well. All right, but we at least survive it. We don't get folded like a Walmart lawn chair. You know what I also love about this, Jonathan? I love how the linebackers know, obviously because they hear the call, but they know where they're going to be vulnerable, right? They know that like, all right, first and foremost, I've got to cover the green grass away from where my defensive lineman left, right? So my defensive lineman left here, so I've got to first cover this grass. But I also know that I've got to be able to bounce back over the top of this as well. There goes the slant, plays the green grass, and then bounces. Read and flow. What's our timestamp over there, J. Will? All right, we're good. The note right here says catch the ball. I think this is 3rd and 4. This is the London Humphreys drop right here on the possession. Is it a drop? I don't know. I mean, catch the ball. Yeah, no, he did. There's a lot of confusion going on right here. Right here, yeah, none of these guys have any idea what they're doing. Ball snapped, his hands are up. He just had his hands up. He has no weight on his front toe. Luckily, they actually run the play right. Jurasic runs the swing with him, and then they're running the drag with the post off the back. I mean, you have to assume that you're going to get hit right there. It looks to me that was the error. He thinks he's got green grass. He's not lackadaisical, but he assumes he's not going to get hit at the end of this play. Uh-oh. That speed rush already looking deadly over here from Princely Uman Milan. Yeah, there's no assumption we're getting hit there. We're not braced for impact. Let's go to play 16. All right. So I think this is one of the end arounds, maybe? Or is this counter? Oh, no. Oh, whoa. Are those wide zone steps? Did I miss this? No way. Okay. Look at both of these tackles getting deep, Jonathan. Watch both these tackles get real deep right here on their steps. I think this might be a slight in-game adjustment. Is this P and 10? This is. This is P and 10. Most of your adjustments are going to come right as you get the ball back on the next possession, okay? Especially in the run game. But this is just, I think this might be truck, actually. So he's going to have deep, yeah, it's truck toss. He's going to have deep steps anyways on truck toss. I'd like to see this on a standard zone handoff, right? Put the back over here and just take him on a standard outside zone arc and then have these guys take all these deep steps like you normally do. Let's find a crease. All right, so if Tate is fully healthy, I don't know if he gets this cut off, but I definitely think he gets more than just a fingertip. And even if he just gets a fingertip, all right, at this point, we got to do what's called a run by block, all right? We're going to run, keep our hand on him, and we're going to run him right by the running back as he cuts off of our butt because we're really working hard to get over the top. But this just isn't a healthy number 69, guys. This isn't a healthy number 69, and you can tell that, okay? I hope, because this is his last year of eligibility, right? I hope that NFL evaluators watch those first 3 games against, first 3.5 games, right? I think it's halftime against Kentucky, he gets hurt. Bro, he was putting some of the best tape of his career on the first 3 games of the year, man. Look who makes the play. It actually gets licked really, really well. I love this block right here from Monroe Freeland. Getting his feet set, watch him turn his hips back around. That's awesome right there. Takes the whole edge of the defense. Number 11's who ultimately makes the play, flowing over the top for Ole Miss. Yeah, already rotating a bunch of stuff. Let's go to play 18. All right, at this point, the center's just bracing for impact. They're still trying to run some type of zone right here, I believe. All right, and I want you to watch what the center does. Okay? The center is basically just taking ghost steps into his gap, not knowing, like, is this dude coming? Is this dude coming? We don't know who's coming into one of these A gaps, but I gotta take somebody. All right, and look at just, he got no hands on, no eyes on. He's just bracing for impact in the middle of that defensive line. And by the way, I was telling Jonathan pregame, every time I played in an inside zone offense. All right, we had outside zone implemented, but I played an inside zone offense. And every single time a 3-tech spiked into my A gap and just absolutely took my soul, I'd come to the sideline and I'd be like, well, shit, I guess we're getting beat today on that play. Because I just don't, there's no way to like really, really coach it out and make sure that they're not like, look, even you get guys blocked in here and there's zero movement. You got hats on hats. That's what we talk about all the time. We got to get hats on hats, hats on hats, hats on hats. Just make sure their D lineman has somebody to run through. But we're trying to create run games. We're trying to create run lanes right here, I should say, in this defense, and everything's just clogged the hell up. That's why Kirby Smart, after the football game, said we knew if we're going to have to run, we're going to have to run what? We're going to have to run around them. We have to run outside. I've always hated power pass protection, Jonathan. I've always hated it. I think it makes our job really, really hard as an offensive lineman. And I've never been at a high enough level of coaching to understand why we feel like we need to do it. It's like Georgia doesn't even run power. You know what I mean? Like, they don't pull the backside guard. They don't pull the backside guard and insert him into the equation, right? That's not what they do in their run games. So I guess we pull one guard. We think we're going to show a hi-hat, right? We think we're going to pull a linebacker down. Maybe we're pulling safeties who are keying guards. I don't know. There's got to be a reason for it, right? But we don't even run power, all right? And why I don't like it is because it puts us in really, really vulnerable positions, right? You're now down blocking without an angle. You're now back blocking without an angle, right? We can get beat back inside here. Also, by the way, we're asking our backside tackle to do what we call a pinch hinge, which means he's going to pinch down into B gap and then hinge back and take all of C gap, right? He's pinching right now. He brings his eyes late on the hinge, all right? And the hinge is ultimately what beats him, okay? I've always felt like we're in really, really vulnerable positions. Oh, also, by the way, I'm asking a guard to now pull and then slow his body down and getting to a good pass protection position against one of the SEC's best edge rushers now. All right. And now, luckily for you guys in this situation, Dylan's a freak, because I don't know how in the hell Dylan didn't fall on his face right there as this pulling guard. All right. So I just always kind of never loved it, should I say, as an offensive lineman. And you can see Monroe Freeling out at left tackle is pretty exposed right there. And he's trying to show presence on that 3 technique, and he thinks number 4 is dropping on him out here, right? He thinks, okay, this guy's not showing immediate pressure. I've got to close this to help my center out. So I'm going to close. This guy's being real patient. By the time he decides to come and go, I'm screwed. My eyes are already inside. My eyes are already inside, and I'm screwed. Dang it, Jonathan. I mean, shit, 32 minutes in, right? That's on me, bro. Let's go to play 20. It's another play of number 69 getting beat laterally. Stuff that I don't think happens if he's 100% healthy. I mean, beat clean, guys. Beat clean. What's the D&D? Because they got the rushers on the field. 2nd and 10. They got the rushers on the field, guys. I mean, this is their normal defensive end out here playing 2-eye. I think this was the last snap Tate played. Yeah, he's out right now. All right, now that was Tate getting beat clean. I think this is Jared Wilson getting beat clean here. God dang, he's so quick. What did he do? Did he give false hands right here? Oof. So at this point, like we're 21 plays into the football game offensively. The second play of the game, this dude absolutely puts me on his highlight reel, puts me on my head with a bull rush off of a run stunt. I understand. But now, as an offensive, as a center particularly, I'm really getting toey. I'm starting to play out on my toes. I'm starting to really like worry about counteracting bull rush. And I'm doing this the whole game, right? And then all of a sudden, here he comes on a pass rush, and he's damn near going to snatch me on my face because I'm way too leaned out over my front toes. And the speed rush starting to get a little susceptible out there left tackle as well. Here's going to be my suggestion. The next time you play a team that's going to be out here doing this, because it ain't going to be the last one, by the way. All right, because this unit coming up this weekend is pretty damn good as well. This wide nine like this, like can we chip or something? If we're gonna have our checkout sacrificed anyways, which he does, he falls on his ass. After this, like from now on, I'm gonna be like, hey, make him, because Umar Milan thinks he can run the hoop all day long on pass rushing situations right now. You rib check him one time, you might tighten that split just a hair and help out your left tackle who's getting speed rushed. All right. I'm going to try to do this without getting animated. They're running counter, okay? They're running counter. So we're down, back block, pull. I can guarantee you Monroe's pulling because he's looking. All right. I would imagine he goes. Yeah, they're pulling the backside. Yeah. All right, he's actually blocking back. All right, so I was wondering why his eyes were peeking inside. So this is G8 or this is guard and tight end counter. Okay, gonna pull the backside guard. Gonna pull the backside tight end. We are blocking down. Probably got what's called a tag, tackle and guard. A tag on 51 all the way back to 6. All right, because we have someone coming for number 11. All right, so let's watch this. They've been stunting all game, right, Jonathan? Been stunting all game. They've been moving on us. All right. I just don't understand why 71's coming down here chicken winging him. All right. And not playing with his inside arm free. You know who's playing with his inside arm free? His teammate. His teammate inside of him is playing with his inside arm free, ready to absorb whatever's coming this way. Because, I don't know, we've played 21 snaps at this point. There probably is some type of stunt or slant coming to our face at this point. All right. And we chicken wing this guy as if we're going to be able to assume that we're passing him off to our teammate, right? But in reality, he has now become our football player. He has now become our responsibility because 38 has become 53's responsibility. And 53's ready for it. 53 absorbs his block. All right, 71 does not. 51 blows up the backside puller, ultimately blows up the play. And luckily for you guys, Nate Frazier's a freak and picks up 7 yards here. Now, even when counter didn't hit on Saturday, I felt like what it did do, Jonathan, is made these guys play this, at least these guys had to play this way, right? They had to play this way. All these guys had to start running horizontally. And when defenses start to run horizontally, they're doing so at different speeds, which creates what? Creates creases, overruns, cutbacks, stuff like that, right? Whereas if I'm running on a zone track, I'm just running on a 45. None of these guys are having to play horizontally. They're playing this way like I am. All right? Creases and overruns are created through horizontal action in the run game. What is 73 doing? Let's watch it from the tight. What is 73 doing? I'm assuming not hearing a call because 73 takes bucket steps. I don't know where he's going. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his assignments are. Here's what I'm going to tell you I think's happening. I think they're running zone this way. My pen died on me. I think they're running zone to our left of our screen, but I don't know what they got going on with the right guard right here and what his steps are. I think I understand why he's taking bucket steps. Maybe he thinks they're getting up to number 11, so maybe Monroe's the one busting. Maybe 73 is taking steps to assume the takeover. Either way, very discombobulated. That to me looks like potentially an in-game adjustment to their zone concepts, Jonathan. You got hand on forehead over there, bud. You okay?
No, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, I see hand on forehead and I'm like, damn, bro's hurting. Bro's hurting right now. Is your soul hurting, Jonathan? Is that what's going on?
Nah, I'm just thinking.
You're just thinking? I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. 3rd and 4, 2nd and 2, heavy box. Quarterback comes down here and does whatever. All the wide receivers confirm it. What do you think they're doing?
Throwing some type of screen.
Yeah, I think they're throwing some type of screen at this point. And guess who else thinks so too? Okay, not only is this defensive coordinator down here going absolutely bananas, all right, not only is he going absolutely bananas, I want y'all to watch this guy. I want y'all to watch this guy, and you tell me if you have tendencies. Okay? Because he bailed right to where a tunnel would be, right? Bailed right to where a tunnel would be, and he doesn't make the play. The nickel that blows Lawson Lucky's shit up actually makes the play, okay? But nonetheless, and here's what I love about your coordinator as well. It doesn't take long. As soon as I see this, you know what I'm thinking? Oh, we got to screen and go these guys. They're a little bit too aggressive. You try to screen and go a little bit here in a second, it gets dropped and tipped. They make a great play on it. But, yeah, man, like I think at some point you have tendencies offensively. Like this isn't the 9th screen that you ran this day. This is the 3rd screen or the 1st screen on 3rd and 4 that you audibled to. Now, you know what would be great, Jonathan? What would be great is if game 3 of the year or 4 of the year, whenever at Tuscaloosa, what would be great is if my 5th-year senior wide receiver didn't need verbal communication and didn't need the whole team on the road to be out here doing all this. What would be awesome is if I could look out there and I could be a little bit more nonverbal. Because I know everybody's glued in. I know everybody's locked in. I know we don't have to sit there on Tuesday and go, all right, guys, because we keep busting assignments because we had Dom Lovett bust one on 3rd and 4 or whoever. We had a miscommunication last week in Jacksonville, right? You remember that play. There's a 3rd down. We bust it. We don't get the call corrected. Something happens. We're week 9 now, week 10, week 11. We can't be on nonverbal cues. So we got to let the whole stadium know that everybody's got an audible coming in. Get your eyes up, 55. Get your eyes up, 55. Oh, wrong play. We're going to 26. Trying to run a screen right here, and it's going to hit. It's going to hit on 1st and 10 for a big explosive. All right. Get your eyes up, man. Get your eyes up. Now, look, I don't know what you guys are taught. I really don't. I don't know what you guys are taught, but I know what I was taught. I was taught we got guys for them. We got one for him. We've got one for him. You are most dangerous man into the alley. Like as soon as you take 3 steps and you realize this guy's going this way, your eyes should immediately snap left. If for no other reason than just being a football player, our eyes should peek it. We should just take a look at it. And if anything's showing color, by God, we might have a touchdown block. I'm just wondering, like, because clearly Monroe Freely knows what's going on, right? Or at least he's a little hesitant. He sees color now, he's going to take it. All right, and Dylan thinks he's got to take color here. So there's clearly some lack of refinement in our responsibilities. And we still get a 9, 10-yard gain right here as an offense. But, man, God dang, can we clean this up? Because, like, never once does he peek left. Maybe we're taught that, hey, we're gonna put 3 bodies for 2 defenders, Jonathan, and we're gonna tell Dominic Lovett beat the safety. Maybe. I just once want to see, a flash of the eyes, man. It tells me we're being an alert football player. We're not just running around. Number 2 is the best player on the field. Number 2 was the best player on this football field. Every down. Watch this. So he knows, I got duo coming to me right now. All right, I've got a double team. They're trying to get up to number 6. So the best way to defeat a double team is to defeat the initial contact point, right? Whoever touches you first, defeat him now. Defeat him now. Oh, we're going to defeat him now. We're going to put him on his face. All right, and now we're going to two-gap this tight end, essentially. I think the only problem here for Walter is he eventually turns his shoulders on the second block, right there. We can't do that. We got to square up that second guy and hold him at the point, and then we're really going to win. It's a 4-yard gain, and it's one of your best and more successful runs on zone. All right, this is the screen and go. I told you, it doesn't take long. He's going to come back to it. All right, but here's the deal. So this corner is turning and running. This play should hit about right here. But you can see the ball's already out. Now, why is the ball already out? Because he's getting pressured. The left tackle is getting spun like a top right now. All right, so I think this play should be able to develop a little bit further. All right, and maybe we could throw this ball here. Maybe we can throw this ball here and with some touch instead of having to kind of like rip it right now where this guy can make a play on it, because that's what ultimately happens. That underneath defender gets a little tip on it and Jurasic drops the football. But this concept should have more time to develop. All right, we should be able to run, like our eyes just now snapped around as a tight end, the ball's already in the air. But again, left tackle getting whipped by a speed rush. One kick, two, half a kick. That's where he screwed up. There's no, the second kick step doesn't gain ground. Look, it just sits right back up underneath ourselves. All right, and now we're hips to the sideline within 2.5 steps. All right, and we get no hands on at all. And yeah, now he's been in the hoop. And he's going to do so tightly. All right, so now 3rd and 6, ball on the 44. I would imagine he's going to cue up another one at your ass. All right, and he does. Beats you like a top. Same exact problem. I guarantee you our second kick step, Jonathan, is underneath ourselves. All right, boom, there's one big one. Oh, second one right up underneath ourselves, and now we're already turning. And we threw hands way early. Our hands make no physical strike. Don't change anything. Getting beat at right guard as well. All right, I think you have one clean pocket on a traditional drop back all day, and this is it on 1st and 15. Whole stadium knows you're probably throwing the ball. They're able to design or dial up some type of pass rush here, and you guys actually get it licked, and I'll be damned, you throw a 15-yard damn dart, all right, and get it completed. Even with the safety getting a little leaky on the Dover. How about that? A little safety getting leaky on the Dover. All right, now this play right here was a little bit concerning to me because you're like three quarters into the game, and I don't think you know where your combos are going. I don't think you know who's working to who the mic IDs are, where you're actually going with the intentions of the play, okay? So these two guys look like they're going out. All right, these two guys have their eyes on the mic. You look like you're solo, so you should not be coming off here at all. You're out. All right, let's see how this design or actual play goes. 71, clear as day, looks to me like he thinks he's getting help. Either that or that is one of the worst attempts at a base block I've seen in quite a while. That looks to me, Jonathan, like he's trying to play half a man, doesn't it? He thinks he's got help coming here. He's wrong. He doesn't. He's supposed to be locked on. Also, by the way, same thing's happening here at center. The center thinks he's got the guard helping him, doesn't he? Center is at least playing this with the idea that he's going to have the guard helping him deliver this block. Look, he's playing half a man. All right? So either you're wrong or you're wrong or you're wrong. Bottom line, all three of you are wrong. I've never seen that. I've never seen you think you're the non-solo guy. You don't think you're going to take this over. You don't think you're taking any of this over. You don't think you're taking any of this over. It's like, no shit, we didn't block the down lineman. No one thought we had him. Now, I will give the OC some credit because I love to see offensive ingenuity. I love to see you steal from others as well. Ball on the left hash. We're going to send the jet motion. We're going to fake the counter. All right. We're pulling the guard. We're pulling the backside Y, except the Y is going to spin out and go back on a reverse. This is the Sarkisian play, Jonathan. Except our right tackle gets freaking shot by a sniper. Did you see this?
Yeah. I don't know how to get back up.
Yeah, I don't know how. My ACL would have been retired. It would have been gonzo. I don't know what the hell happened here. Ugh. We're not going to watch it too much because it is tough. What's our timestamp, Jonathan? We've been here a while. Honestly, only the ones who are really gluttonous for punishment are even here at this point. I don't think you'd be here if it wasn't your job. Ouch. All right. What's your general takeaway there, Jay Will?
Your offensive line had their worst game against probably the best defensive unit they'll play this year. And
yeah.
It showed up every single play, it seemed like.
I don't know what I would do against a team stunting like that if I'm an inside zone football team. And here's the deal. If I'm Tennessee, I'm installing. It's not that difficult. We got to take 3 technique and a nose tackle, bump them a gap, and then have our linebackers bump a gap. That's all we got to do to stop inside zone. By the way, it's why majority of NFL teams, in my opinion, it's why they've moved to wide zone concepts, because I can absorb all of these different things. When I'm taking deeper and heavier tracks behind the line of scrimmage before I get vertically, I'm now making you do the same. Okay, you're not going to be able to jump gaps and plug when I'm going outside of you. Okay, so I think maybe it's something you got to work on. By the way, I've never seen them do it. I've never seen you be a wide zone football team. I've seen you be a team that runs into rounds. I've seen you jet sweep stuff. I've seen you do some truck tosses, some pin and pull stuff. But I've never seen you be like, all right, we're going to morph into a wide zone football team because we're getting way too many slants that we can't counter. It'll be interesting. It's something that I would install personally if we felt the necessary personnel could get it done. All right, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review. I love you. Bye.